Hey, Line 6 Pod Go users. Welcome to another preset video, and it is the German Extra Red, one of the new amps from the 2.5 firmware update. So that is the Bogner Ecstasy 101B amp, I guess, and the red channel. Here's a little sample. Haha, yes. Some terrible shredding there for you. Anywho, in the description box below, there is a link where you can download this preset for free in the custom tone area on the Line 6 website. So let's do a walkthrough here. And as usual, starting with the left, noise gate on. This time, I did some tweaking to the threshold and decay. Because I designed this again with I used my gold top Les Paul. I'm using an Epiphone SG, so a humbucker guitar in mind. So it wasn't too noisy to begin with. So I kind of lowered the threshold. It defaults at negative 48 dB. So this time I pushed it down to minus 60 dB, and I could have even gone further before any noise started happening. But that's okay. And then the decay I put to just 800 milliseconds. Basically, you didn't need to do anything, but I just made the even lighter of a noise gate just to ensure that notes aren't getting choked out, at all. So there you have it. So there's my long explanation. Next is volume pedal. I didn't move it to where you want it. Some people like it at the front. I like it at the end of the single chain, usually before reverb and delay. Wah pedals next. Kinky boost. Now this amp has plenty of gain. You don't need a drive pedal, in my opinion, but I like combining it to get a better, more realistic drive sound. But I went first to the Kinky boost, and I didn't even check any of the other drives. I knew, because Kinky boost is nice. You can get some drive out of it, the higher you go on the drive parameter. But I kind of kept it a little on the lower side, like the 3.2 here, just for some. It gives you a little saturation that I'm looking for. Okay, a little sweetening, a little tone saturation, make it a little fatter. So it was worth it to me to slap it in there. Let's go to the amp next. All right, we won't spend like a gallon of time on this, but let's see what we have here. So the German Extra Red, the drive. So it's kind of in the midpoint because it's gainy enough, or to me. I've put the bass down to 3. To avoid the boominess as much, take some of it down anyways. Mid, is in the middle, around 5.1. Push the treble up a bit. Okay, let's look at that bright switch. So let's play. So if I put it off, not bad. And then B2. Now I'm listening through studio monitors at a somewhat, lower volume, so I'm not really hearing much of a difference, but I thought B1 was good. Channel volume I have down because it was loud. Now the boost and structure, these I have it on high. Now you heard it. Let's turn them off. If I can get that there, put them on low. Yeah, so structure there, I fattened it a little bit. Anyways, sounds good to me. Now the master, if you crank it higher, again, it's going to get even more, just overdriven, distorted. I'm not going to say for sure you're going to lose note clarity, but yeah. Play with it, right? So I found it somewhere in the middle between, somewhere between like 4 and 6.5 was a nice sweet spot. Presence I put up. Now the depth, tight, medium, loose. All right, well, we have it on tight, so let's hear medium. Let's Let's hear loose. Yeah, so it seemed to, the looser you get it, the more it just seems to expand, I guess is what the term I'm looking for. Maybe seem like it's getting a little louder, but it's not. Yeah, it's definitely, it's more expanded, more, I don't want to say fuller, more freer, more ambient type of thing, but tight is, it's nice and compact. Yeah, so I like that. And now the style, pentode, triode. So you heard what pentode, let's hear triode. Back to pentode. Yeah, so there was a volume change there. Class A, Class B. So it's on Class A is what you've been hearing. Let's hear AB. Subtle little differences, but it's not earth-shattering. I found more the depth, definitely the style and boost and structure really are the tone shaping things for this amp. Sag, bias, ripple, bias X. I mean, you can play with these things and they will have a little bit of an effect on your tone as well. But I just kind of put the sag up a bit and the bias up a bit. So that's the amp. So I know that's taken a while of our time here. Eh? Sorry, but if you're still with me, we're moving on to the delay. And I've put that in the middle between the amp and the cab. Just a simple delay for ambience. You can see the settings when you download it. So it's usually my standard setting here. Cabinet, we're going with the 412 Cali V30. And it just sounded great to me. Okay, and again, you can see all the settings of the mic choice and the positioning, the distance, the angle, low cut, high cut, all that jazz, okay? And now we're using the dedicated EQ block. This time I chose Cali Q graphic. I usually like the 10-band graphic, but this one just, I played with it just more to kill some of that middle, like, yeah, and I around the 700 to the 850 mark. I like to take a little bit of that down. So this one had 750 hertz, so I thought that was great. Take that down a little bit and then up, a little bit on the higher mid side here. And now we're using two reverbs. I never used two reverbs. So this time I chose tile and room. And they're both kind of modestly dialed in for the mix, on the lower mix. The tile is at 21% and the room's at 30. I think it makes for a nice reverb. So if I turn off delay, that's what you got. You can hear some of that noise because of how I set the noise gate. But it does kill the noise and it won't choke out notes. Anyways, so getting back to this, so you hear the reverb. And then, I like having a little delay. So kind of all three, the two reverbs and the delay are providing the ambience I'm looking for. All right, my friends, the guitar lesson is over. That's what not to do on a guitar. Again, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the likes and the views and the comments and the support for this channel. And we are going to have lots more presets for the Podgo coming because of the 2.5 firmware and the amp. So we still got about 5 or 6 more to go, at least. Catch you in the next video. In the meantime, check out this one.